Hello YouTube, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes, and it's fantastic weather. I'm outside, for the first time I think, and I thought, oh, it'd be lovely, bit of change of scenery for you guys. This is the outside. I'm smoking H&H Latakia Flake from McBaron in one of my billiards, and it's a great tobacco. But I'm not here to talk about tobacco because I realised that the last couple of videos that I've done they were all tobacco reviews. I've kind of been lax in showing stuff that I've been doing. So today it's a bit of a chat and to show you some pipes that I've been working on. I might do the pipes first and then talk about some plans that I've got. I had thoughts for videos to do in the future. Or maybe I'll talk about those now. Alright. I thought I'd do one video about more aimed at new pipe smokers, I think, but about picking your first couple of pipes, what to look for, or what to stay away from. And sort of not how to fall into some of the common traps that we do when we choose a pipe that looks nice but might not function that well over a pipe that would be a great smoker but maybe doesn't look that great. Depends what you've got available to you in your local shop, or if you're searching online it's probably even more important because you probably don't get to see the internals. Anyway, that's one idea. The second one was, I thought I would talk about esoterica tobacco a little bit, particularly how I discovered them, and what you might be able to smoke if you can't get hold of it, because let's face it, most of us can't, especially if we're in the UK or in Europe. If you're in the States, obviously it's lots easier. Still not easy, but lots easier. And personally, I don't like playing that game of hunting down a tobacco. It's tedious. For me, once a year I do I shouldn't be talking about this, should I? Do it in the video. I've started that bit. Once a year I do a trade, make a pipe, for someone who's got a stash of esoterica. Once a year. And that's the only way I do it now. It's too much of a pain any other way. But then I thought I would do, on the esoterica line, a direct comparison with Stonehaven and Rich Dark Flake, Germain's Rich Dark Flake. Because as you may know, esoterica is produced by JF Germain, and they also produce Rich Dark Flake, which, if you've ever tried them both, you know are suspiciously similar. But how exactly similar are they? Maybe we'll talk about that then. Anyway, today is all about showing you some pipes. So let's do that. Oh, we've just come from the British Pipe Tobacco show was pipe tobacco, British pipe show was yesterday. And that was really lovely to catch up with a bunch of people. Met Sam Brammer for the first time. I was meant to stay behind and have a chat with you, Sam, if you see this. Sorry, I forgot. We had to. By the end of the day, we were kind of done, and that was awful. We just left. But I'll chat to you at some point. Really nice catching up with Chris Asquith and Ian from Northern Briars. Chris Jennings popped over, Lethea popped over, Dan Lane popped over. It was lovely. And others besides. I could stay here listing names, but that'd be silly. So that was really lovely. And look forward to next year's one. Hopefully they won't do it the same weekend as the Italian pipe show, if possible. Alright, so what have we got? I've got a few here. Now, you've seen my reading pipes before, probably. This one I've done with my Guinness stem, which works really nicely. Tall bowl as usual. It's about 2 inches, I think. Plateau rim. Light sandblast. She's waiting to find a home. I try to always make sure I've got a reading pipe available because they are great, and someone somewhere always wants one. What else have I got? A sandblasted burnt egg. Well, the sunlight's kind of helping with showing the blast there. I make these quite frequently, not as much as the reading pipes, but I find them a really pleasing shape to make. And so, again, it's one of those shapes that I try to have available most times. This is one of the more simple varieties, but it's just a straight black blast with an ebonite stem. But I've done different stems on them, and different finishes. Sometimes, some of the sort of fade contrast stains that you might have seen, where you sort of like get a blush of colour on either side and some on the stem. I've done some with like acrylic bands or extensions on. It's a deep chamber on these guys. Only like a 19mm diameter. But quite a long smoke. What else? Oh yeah. A customer was asking me about making a smoky stem, sort of a smoky stem, clear but dark. So this is a Viking horn. Again, this is one of the shapes I do quite often. A black sandblast, but if you can see, it's a clear stem. It's a smoky kind of effect. And again, quite a deep chamber on these guys. they are quite deep just because of the nature of the shape. So far, all of those guys, the reading pipe, the egg, and the Viking horn, quite long smokes on those guys. Speaking of horns, I was really pleased with this one. Lobster horn. This one got a Cumberland stem. Lots of fun to make. I'll probably be making another one of these soon, I think. So, or something similar. Maybe a green one. This one was inspired by I'd seen some rendition of a Nautilus pipe. Don't know if you've seen one of those guys, but they kind of have a kind of spiral configuration. And someone had done one extremely well. And I haven't made a Nautilus pipe. I plan to make a Nautilus pipe, but until then, this was my way of being able to do something like that effect, but on one of my normal shapes. I think it works quite well on the horn. Got him away. Who's next? This is a cutty. I call them cutties in the sense that the bowl is canted forward, and the bowl style is like a cutty, but I don't do a foot on them. Maybe I will in the future, who knows, but not at the moment. But I do love the shape. This one has the kind of contrast blast that I was talking about. Oh, the sunlight's really bouncing off that fellow. It is quite nice. The chamber that I drill on those are a conical shape, so it actually goes kind of narrow, like the tip of my little finger, by the time it's at the bottom. There's plenty of wood around the side, but kind of if it's just, well, the reason I did it was I was trying to get more refined shape down the bottom. And so if you've got a full sort of thumb's width down the bottom, you are sort of you don't have as much room to move. I think I could still take some more off. I was talking to Chris Jennings about that the other day. But so it's still a shape that I'm investigating, because it's quite attractive. I'll keep making these, I imagine. Keep coming back to them. Who's next? Oh yeah. Trompette de la Mort, inspired by the mushroom. You can see that. Now, it's a Cumberland stem, so it is, vulcanized rubber. See if you can see that guy. Very pretty green. plateau rim. Now this guy, he's really deep. You can probably guess by the shape there that it has to go quite deep. It goes narrow at the bottom. I suggest if you like this shape and you're interested in it, I suggest if you know the Nording stones, like little, I'm not sure what they are. Is it some kind of volcanic rock? Meant to be quite porous, I think. Put some of those, sort of 5 or 6 of those in the bottom there, and that'll help. I don't think you want to be packing tobacco all the way down to the bottom. My advice. Who knows? Maybe you do want to go that way, but there you go. This is a shape that I've been working on for a couple of years. This is the third one I've made. They're always different. I think it's just because the briar just gives you something different each time, and to a certain extent it is a negotiation between the shape you want to make and the block of wood that you've got. They just come out differently, but I really like them. Definitely unusual. Put him away. I need a match. Oh, you lighting pipes outside. No, still hasn't taken. Where were we? Oh yeah. Another horn, this time rusticated. I don't often do rustication finish, but every now and then I dive in, just for something different. A light sandblast is kind of, I find them very attractive, but rustication is it's a very tactile thing. I've carved this one slightly slimmer than the others, so it is, despite its size, it's rather light, this one. No, but nice, don't want it. Yeah. Well, look. One of the nice things about being outside is that the sunlight really does help showing the texture. Inside, when you're inside, sometimes things can be a bit flat. But anyway. Rusticated horn. I've only done one rusticated, I think. I can't remember doing any others. Sorry, last one. Oh, I did a box. Those who came to the pirate show will have seen it. A Call of Cthulhu box. And inside it was quite special, I think. I was wondering whether to do it on this video whether it would be easy to show what was inside the box. I decided against it because I think it might be a bit fiddly to show you what's in there. So I might just do a video for that box. But yeah, it'll be a nice surprise when I show you guys. So anyway, my final one that's available. I can't remember. I seriously can't remember if I've shown you this before or not. If I have, I'm sorry, but here it is again. And if I haven't shown it before, then I'm not sorry. And here it is. It is an Eskimo. And you can see there, so it's bird's eye top and bottom. And I've actually got some straight grain at the side as well. Can you see? Bit of sunlight to show it off. Oh, yeah, there's a bit. Now, it was kind of fun to make, kind of awkward to make. I don't know if other pipe makers will agree with me or not, but I find the amount of briar blocks that will make an Eskimo is very small indeed. In fact, I think in 4 years this is the first block I've come across that would do it. And even then, ordinarily on an Eskimo the bowl would be straight up. Well, on the ones that you see, they're straight up. And on this one you can see that the grain just started to go over, and so I had to cant the bowl in order to keep the grain straight on the bowl. So that makes this one a bit unique. And I'll still keep my eye out for a block that will do a straight Eskimo, because it is a really fascinating shape. And I would definitely like another crack at it. You still don't see them that often by many people. I think kind of for obvious reasons, that you don't often get a block that will do it. But they are a pleasing and unusual shape for pipe. There you go. So that is all my pipes currently available, apart from the Call of Cthulhu box. Which I will try and do. I think I might need a handheld camera to do that one. I don't think I can do it on this pad. But I've probably taken up more of your time than I have any right to ask. So that's it for me, and I will try and not be so tardy with my next video. I'll try and do something. Maybe I'll even do another one this week. Who knows? I'm feeling like chilling for a little bit and nattering on the internet, as they say. So, take it easy, sweet smokes, and I'll see you all very soon. Ta-da.